Hey guys, Somebody's Gun here with another episode of Hindsight Rotations. We're looking at HighSky, Zayt, Saf, and Commandment. They've been one of the best, if not the best, squad in NA East during these qualifying rounds. This is week 4, and let's hop right into it. We're going to be taking a look and seeing what makes them so successful. I have a few key points, but let's watch this quick play of Saf trapping Defy. You can't see it because of the server lag and replay, but what he does is he traps this player in a box. He's trying to ramp over them, and then his entire squad is there to finish up this fight. So that's going to be a theme, and something we noticed throughout the rest of this replay here is that these four choose their own fights and then are always engaged as a full squad, or at least multiple members of the team in these fights. No one's playing hero ball, no one's going to take a 1v4 or a bad fight where you're outnumbered or outgunned, outpositioned. These guys are always choosing their fights and doing so wisely in advantageous positions. So we'll see that here. They take down Zexro, and they know that his teammates are going to be right above him, but they're patient. You know, they're not going for anything crazy right now. They're playing patiently. They don't need to move right away. And we'll see Saf, and I believe this is HighSky up here. Yep, they're going to wait for Zayt and Commandment to come in here, knowing that Macwood and Calc and Vinny are right above them. And then so we begin. This is a simple 3v4. A lot of good players in this fight, but you'd always take the numbers. It doesn't matter how good you are. If there's an extra player, that's always going to be helpful. And they're always engaged, like multiple players shooting at the same person and just using their position as best they can. Macwood gets a couple shots in there, but it's not going to be anything that's too much for them. Again, another team drops in, or another player drops in, and he's got no shot. It's a 3v1. Like, there's nothing that player could do. Again, common themes. Fighting together, choosing their fights. Another common theme that I've seen from them in these replays is both Saf and Commandment will go ahead and path their team into zone. That way, they don't have to worry about it. They own this space, and the team behind can finish up a fight, grab materials, whatever it needs to be, but they don't have to worry about getting into zone because their teammates already done that for them. Just one key point that makes them better. And additionally, it's a little easier to see earlier on in these replays, but they're not afraid to use materials. They obviously rely on getting kills to be successful and replenishing their mats, so they'll go ahead, use harder mats to rotate, not afraid to use builds and protect themselves, and I think they prioritize safety over materials because, you know, you take a bunch of tags early on, and that's going to be harmful to your late game. You can't be using up all your healing before the end of the game, so they use materials and then look for refreshes and kills, choosing winnable fights. Another thing we'll see that's common with a lot of the top teams is being on the front edge of zone here. So let's watch this fight. Poor Innocence gets dropped into this squad. Slacks then gets dropped in, and again, just fighting as a whole squad. Look, all four of them are right in this same area, and singular focus, single objective, very good at staying together and fighting as a team. Then we'll see Saf go ahead, make sure he's on the front edge of zone, and tarp his team into safety. Something we've seen from a lot of the top teams is just being able to stay on the front edge of zone, and also not only the front, but like I'd call it a corner of zone. I know it's a circle, but you're allowed to use the zone from the front as a barrier and then also to the side as a barrier. So Saf and Zayt and Commandment and HighSky, there's always someone tarping ahead, protecting their team's path, and then waiting for their team once they get into zone. Great way to play the game, especially as a squad. You know, get your team a safe path into zone, and then go ahead, turn back, and help your teammates once you know that you've secured zone. Now we're about to see it again, them working as a squad to take high ground. They use their RPG to knock down the team on height. Cease is out there chilling in zone. Saf doesn't account for that. But either way, the high ground retake's successful because they do it together. Two players ramp up, they use their RPG, and then from here it's clinical. Just using AR, SMG, spray to pressure teams down below, not allowing them to, you know, be safe. That they're always going to have to worry about the team above them. And then we'll also see them do what I call covering zone. So they're not all going to stand right next to one another. They're going to use multiple different angles in order to be able to put pressure on different builds and tarps and players from different angles, making it a lot harder for the teams down below to recuperate, get themselves settled, and even shoot back. Like, if you have a team on high ground spraying you above, it's so hard to shoot back up at them without just being a psycho. Because you'll see, if they try to, they'll likely get popped like Assault did there. And, you know, this is just easy for them. A 3-on-1, GG's only. Right? Well, hope you guys enjoyed that. Let me wrap up what I saw from them. Safe rotates, not afraid to use materials. Every fight is together, and they're choosing their fights that are winnable. They're not taking bad fights. They stay on the front edge of zone, and they have singular team objectives at certain points in the game, whether that be taking a fight, rotating, going for high ground, team sprays. Every objective is as a squad, and that's what you should be focusing on if you're trying to get to that next level playing as a team. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, go ahead, subscribe, follow me on Twitter at Somebody's Gone on all platforms. I will check you guys next time on Hindsight Rotations.